So it seems like you really enjoyed my previous video on how to retire early and you smacked the like button 500 times. So I'm going to deliver on my promise and show you how I calculated a more precise FIRE number. Now, I'm not ready to go down the rabbit hole to calculate my FIRE number with a baby, but I did take a peek on the internet and geez, it's expensive. Plus, it seems like all the dads agree that kids are generally expensive, and because I'm Asian, that means I have to pay for private tutoring and a crap ton of musical instruments. You know what? I want to keep my sanity for an extra few years, and maybe in the future, when I'm ready, then I'll do a video on more detailed calculations on my FIRE number, including a baby. Now, since everyone's circumstances are different, make sure you do your own calculations. And to get the boring stuff out of the way, no, this video is not financial advice or recommendation to do anything. It's just general information for entertainment purposes only. So, without further ado, let's go! There are plenty of calculators where you can calculate your FIRE number, but I found keepthrifty's calculator to be the most helpful and the most customizable for my circumstances. The link to their calculator is in the description box below, so feel free to help yourself. Yes, it is free. No, you don't have to give up your email address to get access to that calculator. I'm going to explain the different variables in the calculator first, then show you where I get my numbers from, and ultimately how much I need to invest in order to get to my goal. The current retirement account balance is how much I have saved or invested so far. I've only included my investment portfolio in here and not my super. I basically just wanted to include things I have immediate access to. So feel free to include your real estate equity here as well. Birth date is your birthday. I am a 92 baby, but I didn't put my real birth date here because the internet is both dangerous and beautiful. Target retirement age is when are you looking to retire? And then there is the safe withdrawal rate, and I'll need to explain that more face to face. Say I want to spend $30,000 per year after I retire. Based on the 4% rule, I will multiply 30,000 by 25 to get $750,000, which is the amount I need in my portfolio for me to retire. So, in the first year of my retirement, I'm going to draw down 4% of that $750,000 in January that year. That means I will have $720,000 left in the portfolio to grow for the rest of that year. Say my portfolio grow at a very conservative 6.5% per year, I'll have $766,800 at the end of that year. Then in my second year of retirement, I'm going to adjust the initial $30,000 that I withdrew from the previous year by the inflation rate, and that's the amount that I will withdraw for the second year. There are a couple things to note with my scenario just now. The 4% rule is not 4% every single year. It's 4% in the first year and then inflation adjusted every single year after. Also, my portfolio is unlikely to be growing at a consistent 6.5% every single year. Some years could be really good, some years could be really bad. Of course, I can change my safe withdrawal rate from 4% to 3%, and reducing my safe withdrawal rate will mean that I need a bigger portfolio, and the chances of me running out of money will be reduced. Monthly contributions is how much I'm investing per month, and I had to change it a few times in order to get to $6,800, so more on this in just a second. Annual contribution increase is how much I'm expecting my contribution to increase by on a yearly basis, and I put 5 to 6% for myself because I think that is totally achievable. With investment growth rate, I looked at Vanguard's research on historical market returns, and it turns out that Aussie shares over the last 30 years have brought in approximately 9% return per year. With my own investment growth rate, I decided to make my life harder by putting a more conservative 6.5% return per year. And I just think that it's better to just work a little bit harder than to be overly optimistic with things. I get my historical inflation rate from either the RBA, the ABS, and since Vanguard has already reported that our historical 30-year inflation rate is 2.6% in Australia, I'm going to use that number. Again, a higher inflation rate will mean that I need more money in my portfolio. So I guess I love making life harder for myself. I've left the tax rate blank because it's different for everyone, and the amount of money that I want to spend per year is based on the Association of Super Funds Australia. They have said that a modest lifestyle for a single person is approximately $27,000. And because that number is so ugly, I decided to round up to 30,000. So let's go back to the live calculator so that I can show you how I calculated the amount I need and the amount I need to contribute per month. So with my current retirement account balance, I'm just going to say 100,000 because that number is round and it's easy to understand. My birth date is scrambled, but I am born in 92. Retirement age, you already know, it is my ambition to retire by 35. Safe withdrawal rate, I'm gonna leave at 4%. Monthly contribution, I am going to come back to that, and I'm going to come back to the annual contribution in just a second. With my investment growth rate, a few of you have asked, how come I didn't put in a higher number? And I think the way I think about this is I would much rather work harder and to be less optimistic with things just so that I am prepared to take on any situation. So I'm just going to leave it as 6.5%. Inflation rate, I'm going to use Vanguard's inflation rate over a 30-year period, and I'm going to use 2.6%. With the amount of money I want to spend per year, I'm going to increase that to 30,000. I am going to start changing my monthly contribution to meet my target retirement date. So right now, if I contribute $2,000 per month, I'm going to retire by 2043, and that's going to take a while. So let me just do some increases to 65, and if I increase it to $65,000 per month, I'm going to be able to retire by 2027 in August. Let's just increase it a little bit more, and April will be before the target retirement date, so maybe I'll change it to $6,700. So if I contribute $6,700, that means I'll have enough money to retire by 35. Now the calculator helps me estimate my goals so that I can start working backwards from there. And if I need to contribute $6,700 per month, then I can work out how much income I would need to make and how much money I need to save in order to be able to invest $6,700 per month. Now, if you're curious about my income sources and how far I am away from contributing $6,700 per month into my portfolio, check out the video on the screen right now. So thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you have learned something new, consider gently smashing that like button right there, subscribe to my channel, and click onto the bell so that when I release future videos, you'll be the first one to know. Until next time, my name is David. Otto will always do the honors, and see you very, very soon.